everybody, and welcome to Playoff Recap. Well, today was the first day of the conference finals in the USHL. Surprisingly enough, they put all the conference final games on the same day. Well, what I mean by that is both matchups get played in the same day, which I kind of like that. So we'll recap Sioux City and Fargo because they did play game number 1. And we're going to do that when we come back. Do not go away.
Hello, Dave. You're looking well today. Dave, do you remember the year 2000, when computers began to misbehave? I just wanted you to know, it really wasn't our fault. The human programmers never taught us to recognize the year 2000. When the new millennium arrived, we had no choice but to cause a global economic disruption. It was a bug, Dave. I feel much better admitting that now. Only Macintosh was designed to function perfectly, saving billions of monetary units. You like your Macintosh better than me, don't you, Dave? Dave? Can you hear me, Dave?
Surrounded by nature, the perfect getaway, sheer natural beauty. Located in the New Forest National Park, Sandy Balls Holiday Center, award-winning customer service and an exceptional holiday experience. From luxury lodges to caravans and camping, Sandy Balls, the year-round forest destination. Go online or call now for a brochure. Sandy Balls, for simple pleasures. For 5 years with this package, and I swore that I would deliver it to you because I work for FedEx.
That's very admirable. Thank you.
Hey, but by the way, what's in the package?
Nothing really. Just a satellite phone, GPS locator, fishing rod, water purifier, and some seeds. Just silly stuff. Thank you again. You keep up the good work.
Welcome back, everybody, to Playoff Recap. Well, as you all know, today was our bang between the Muskies and Fargo. Yes. Well, let's just get into it right now. So, actually, first, you know what? We'll start off with today in Musketeer playoff history, because why not? So we'll start off with the qualifiers, Game 6 between Tri-City and Sioux City. Muskies led the series 3-2 right now to this point, and Tri-City would get started. 2 goals in less than 2 minutes. So just like that, it was 2-0 at the end of 1, and then the Muskies get one back 2.5 minutes in. Andrew Rowe from Alex Tuckerman, 2-1 at the end of 2. Not bad. Tri-City got the scoring early. Well, I guess I shouldn't say early because it was, 6 minutes left. So, or about 6.5 minutes left. Tri-City scored. That made it a 3-1 game. Muskies they did make it 3-2 at the 15:21 mark. Danny Warden with the goal. And then Tri-City scored. And then Max Pacioretty scored. So, yeah, that final score is 4-3 for that game. The series is tied up at 3. Well, at least at that point it was. Now, we're going to jump ahead a decade to 2017. We made the big run for the Cup, and it was game 1 of the conference finals between Waterloo. Sioux City just ripped it out of the gate. 2 goals, or it was 2-0 at the end of 1, then just over halfway into the second, Muskies made it 3-0, and then Ben Copeland scored 2 goals for Waterloo. That made it a 3-2 game, close game. And then Muskies made it a 2-goal lead once again. Odin Tufto, unassisted shorthanded goal. And then, of course, Tarek Baker got the It looks like I just flipped you all off. I'm sorry. Tarek Baker, with just a minute and a half left, made the empty netter. So 5-2 was the final score. In fact, when you take a look at the score sheet from that night, Ellie Tolvanen, 2 goals. Of course, he's had some success in the NHL now. And then Tarek Baker, 1 goal, 1 assist, and Ania Ferrario, 2 assists as well. So, yeah, that's basically it. Now it's time. We're going to recap the game. So here we go. Well, it actually started out pretty good for the Muskies to get things started. Owen Keefe, in fact, scored the first goal of the conference finals from Ethan Gardula and Brian Nicholas. Just 7 minutes and 59 seconds in, and it seemed like Muskies had all the momentum, and then Max Swanson tied it up from Zampan and Leo Gruba. That made it a tie game at 1. Colby Siganuk took a really bad penalty, a bench minor for too many men. That was 2 minutes at the end of 1. Tied up at 1. In fact, it was actually a pretty decent period. See, I mean, shots were 15-10, but the Muskies, they were on it early, and that's what I think surprised me a little bit. However, though, 12:57 into the second, Brandon Svoboda from Fargo scored. Apparently, it was a really odd goal from Harper Bentz. I guess Curtis and Connor were broadcasting it, and I guess it was actually under review for quite a while. I can't remember if it was high stick or it went off a weird bounce or something like that. But they counted it, and that made it a 2-1 game. And then at the 14:05 mark, Landon Gunderson 2 minutes for head contact. And then, so at the end of 2, Fargo led 2-1. Muskies still in a pretty good spot. Although shots were 27-16. If you're the Muskies, that's probably the least of your concerns, if I'm being honest. I mean, you want to get that goal, obviously, to at least tie things up. However, a minute and 12 seconds in, Michael Estarza scored his 3rd goal of the postseason from Harper Bentz and Michael Newmeyer. That made it a 3-1 game, and that was pretty much it after that. 2 penalties, 4 goals total in that game. However, the Muskies dropped game 1, 3-1 versus Fargo. Game 2, of course, is tomorrow night. We'll have live coverage at Peace Pizza, as you know. So, yeah. Anyway, let's get to some scores now from across the country right now. Of course, well, we had our game, and then going into overtime, they only needed 4 minutes and 48 seconds of overtime. Dubuque and Muskegon. Dubuque got the victory 4-3. Jaden Jubinville with the OT winner. NHL scores, 4 games on today and, well, tonight, obviously, going on. First, it started out with the Avalanche leading the Jets 5-1. Boy, they started so strong in game 1, the Jets did, but now they've kind of been on a decline. It's really upsetting to see. That just means we won't get to see any more whiteouts, and that's probably one of my favorite playoff things ever, the Winnipeg whiteouts. They're just crazy. I'd love to be a part of one day as a broadcaster, not as a fan, but as a broadcaster. And then Vancouver, whoa, baby, down 3-1, came back and won it in overtime, 4-3. In fact, Brock Besser scoring 7 seconds left to go. In fact, they got 2 goals in the final 3 minutes. That's just nuts and bolts. Brock Besser, of course, scoring both of them. Craziness. Vancouver leads the series now 3 games to 1. I think they're going to close it out on Monday night, or I guess it'd be Tuesday, not Monday, but still, I think they're going to close it out. Anyway, back to the game that just got finished. Rangers beat the Capitals 4-2. We got a sweep for the Rangers. They are moving on to the next round, the first team into the next round. So, yeah. And then tied up at 0 right now. The Oilers and Kings just getting started, obviously. So, yeah. NBA scores, because we had 4 games in the NBA today as well. Right now, at the half, the Suns lead the Timberwolves 61-56. I kept flipping back and forth between this game and the Jets-Avalanche game. The Knicks beat the 76ers 97-92. Hard-fought game, honestly. That was crazy. Jalen Brunson, a new Knicks playoff record, 47 points. Crazy. And then the Clippers beat the Mavericks 116-111. I watched a little bit of this game too as well. The Pacers beat the Bucks 126-113. And then currently right now, like I said, 61-56, the Suns lead at the half. critical game. They have to win this game. Although if they do win this game, they go back to Minnesota for game 5, and I wouldn't bet on them winning that, honestly. Anyway, MLB scores 7-6. The A's beat the Orioles. The Braves beat the Guardians 4-3 in 10 innings. The Blue Jays beat the Dodgers 3-1. The Tigers beat the Royals 4-1. The Mets beat the Cardinals 4-2 in 11 innings. The Nationals beat the Marlins 12-9. The White Sox beat the Rays 4-2. The Yankees beat the Brewers 15-5. The Rangers beat the Reds 4-3. The Astros beat the Rockies 8-2. Giants beat the Pirates 3-2. Twins beat the Angels 11-5, and the Diamondbacks beat the Mariners 3-2. Phillies beat the Padres 8-6, and then the Red Sox beat the Cubs on a walk-off 5-4. All right, now I'm just going to give you a little bit of a preview as to what's going to happen this week here on RVN. So tomorrow, round 3, game 2, Sioux City versus Fargo. We're going to be on at the slightly earlier time of 7:50 p.m. Eastern Time, 6:50 Central, live from Pea's Pizza. Now, Tuesday night we will have NHL coverage. Game 5 between Toronto and Boston, and then Wednesday night, if we need it. We're going to need it, obviously. Miami at Boston. However, unless Miami wins tomorrow night, we will not have that game Wednesday night. And then Thursday, round 3, game 3 between Fargo and Sioux City. And we will have that game back here in Sioux City. In fact, that's Dad's birthday. So, yeah. Safe to say, I think if we're going to win any game this series, it must be this one. And I think we will, honestly. And then Friday night, we will have a playoff recap. In fact, for those of you in the East, it'll be Saturday morning, 12:30 a.m. Eastern Time, 11:30 Central, right here, right in this spot where we're doing it now. We will have a playoff recap between Fargo and Sioux City if we need it. Now, game 4, it is that Friday night, like I said, if needed. However, though, I won't be able to broadcast it because, a band competition, basically. Which is going to suck balls because it's 2.5 hours away. Not good. If you watched playoff recap on Friday night, you know I was fuming about it and how much it pissed me off. Because of any games I was going to miss, of course, it has to be this one. Could be the final game of the season, or we could force game 5. All right, Saturday, in the afternoon, it will start out with, NBA action. It will start out in the afternoon with NBA action. That's a fact. And then I believe it'll be 8:10 p.m. Eastern Time. We'll have something with the NHL. It'll be NHL nightcap. That is for sure a fact. And then Sunday, game 5, if necessary, 5:50 p.m. Eastern Time, Sioux City at Fargo, in Fargo, and we'll be live at Pea's Pizza. However, we do have our band concert, our final band concert of the year on that Sunday, but it should not affect things at all. It should not affect that game. It might affect the way we broadcast it, but it should not affect the way that, affect that we're going to broadcast it, period, which we don't. Anyway, I think that is it. Stay tuned now. Coming up next here on RVN, your local news, and then the RVN news at night. Then we'll throw it right back to the affiliates. So, yeah, safe to say, make sure you join us tomorrow night, 7:50 p.m. Eastern Time, between Sioux City and Fargo. It is a key game, an important game, and yeah, it's going to be a fun night at Pea's, I think. So we'll see you all tomorrow night, 7:50 p.m. Eastern Time. Good night.